Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am doing part 2 of the visual aids and social stories. Just a quick overview of social stories. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but in conclusion, if you watched the last video I did on how to use visual aids. And what I want to do is show you this one. This is something I made. The glare of the camera. I'm trying to get the lighting right. This is something I made, and on the back is a magnet, and I had magnetic board on my refrigerator. And when I was just starting the visual aids, this is what I would do. I would just cut out pictures, or use the visual aids and use the visual aids here and cut out the picture of him. And when it was bedtime, I would say it's bedtime, and he would go grab this off the refrigerator and go to bed. And also take his little sleeping picture with him that I had told you about in my last video. So I have this other one here I want to show you, which is what we need right now, of course. Wash hands. Trying to get the camera just right. Wash hands is one you'll want to put in the book or on the binder. And what I want to show you is, so that's pretty much with the visual aids. And what I want to show you is how I use the visual aids to make my own social stories when he was young. And you're going to need to do this now in the time we're in right now with all the struggles and the challenges, so that you're thriving and not just feeling like you're surviving day to day. So on a day-to-day basis, I know things are going to change. You'll have your daily schedule that you'll try to adhere to. And remember what I said about the nightly routine. Always make sure that, you're trying to keep the nightly routine right now. I would say the morning and the night routine consistent. This will keep them calm, and they'll know what to expect every night and every morning, okay? And then through the day, if things change, you can do something like this. Now, I wrote this up, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I didn't test this one first, but I wrote, I'm going to read it to you. Tuesday, January 13, 2007, at 2 p.m., we will go to the Roseville Rec Center. We will sit and watch Michael, which is his twin, and the boys play basketball. And I just taped in a little, it said gym. It was one I got from the school, and I wrote in sit and watch. And then he was going to be with his dad, and if you need help, ask your dad. And he was be able to pull this off and show his dad, I need help. And then his dad would know it would be time to get him out of the arena, or take him to the bathroom, or whatever help he would decide at that moment that he needed. And then after the game, we will go home, okay? And my son was used to having to pull these off and go through these in sequence. So I would read this to him a few times before we would go, because at that point, at this time in his life, he was nonverbal. And I would read, and he would understand the reading, okay? He would understand the verbal language. He just couldn't speak. So that's that. That's a social story that I wrote up. Now, what you can do, I'd like you all to be able to, you should be able to see this one. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to leave it up here, and you can look at this, okay? When you're bothered or upset, and then you can read through it, okay? It's not okay, it says, to hurt other people. And I had one that said, or yourself, because we know they do self-injurious behavior just because you're upset. And then it's a whole story on following through with what they need to do. Take a break, wait, stop, Okay, so if they're nonverbal, they can put their hand up and say stop, and then continue on with that one. Another one I have, which was really good, is a 1, 2, 3 I used in the very beginning. So, because they're gonna be getting upset right now through the periods and all the changes. Excuse me, I'm sorry I dropped that. And all the changes we're going through right now. And again, I can't stress the importance of staying calm within your household, okay, and not having the news on all the time. I just kind of catch up with it locally, either, through Google or in my room where I know he won't come in, because if it is on, I see him getting very stressed and concerned, as we all do, right? We all need a break from it. So we can even use this for ourselves, right? You gotta laugh, gotta be light and airy. When you get upset, when you need to try to relax so you are not upset anymore, okay? So this kind of goes with the other video I did. This is just a different one. And this is a good visual. I like the visuals on this one. Okay, and so the first one is take deep breaths. We all know that. About the breath, connecting to the breath. And what I tell my son now is breathe in peace and breathe out stress. And if you're just trying this with your loved ones, know that, it may not work right away. What I would suggest is not getting upset. If they don't want to do it right in that moment, take it away and try again later. When I first started teaching my son how to breathe, he would literally spit at me. So, it was a process, but I'll tell you, that didn't really take long for him to learn, because he learned as he breathed, and deep breaths, and even when they're young, just breathing in, just taking that moment to stop and pause, connect to the breath. He would see that it would regulate his system, where he was aware of and could control his emotions. It's a process. Don't give up. Keep trying. And trust me, I know, because he is just doing really well through this. I mean, we have some things here and there that I need to sit down and I need to give him attention and talk to him and explain to him. Now in the state we're in, we're out to probably June for a stay at home. So I had to talk with him last night about that. And in speaking about that, I have one here that I did not write, but I found this on the internet off someone else's page. And I want to give her credit, but she doesn't use her name. So I'm not really sure who this came from. It was in one of my groups I'm in, Autism Army. It's a Facebook group. So I will do that. But I really loved what she did here. And I don't know if you could see it, but I wrote, because it cut off, I stay home. Okay, she needed something to show her little one why they can't go out. So I'm going to leave this up here for a minute. And I'm gonna let you read it. You can go back to it. Pause the video if you need to. And I have to take my glasses off to read close, but I want to read it because it's really good language to use. The first line is, I have to stay home. And if you notice, she makes the person happy. Okay? So be very aware if you're drawing or whatever. We want to keep the tone of happy, calm, that it's okay, we're safe. And then she put, my favorite places are not open. Wonderful. And she puts the close sign. Love this. Love, love. This is great. People are getting each other sick. So that's answering the why. Why are the places closed? People do not get sick if they stay home. And then she has what I told in my other video, the X over. So X over any visual aid is automatic in their brain. That's a no. no sick, okay? So, and she goes on to explain in a couple sentences why everything is closed. People are getting each other sick. People do not get sick if they stay at home. So now all people need to stay home. Another important thing, all people. So we're telling them that it's not just us or our family or we did something wrong. All people have to stay home. All of Florida, all of New York, all of Michigan, all of the United States. Base it upon the level of your loved one's knowledge, age, maturity. So now all people need to stay home. I can still go outside and go for walks. I cannot be close to other people, but I can still talk to them. And love how she did the X over being close to people. Okay? One day, when it is safe, everything will open again and I will leave home. And then the bottom one was cut off. I apologize. And it said, I will be, we are all well and the virus is gone, we can leave our home and go to the places that are open. Okay? So do you see how this social story is set up? Okay? It's not complicated. I'm trying to get my face in here too. I apologize. I want you to really see this, though. This is really important. This is really important for the time we're in right now, because this one social story, I love this. If my son wasn't verbal, this would be what I would be reading to him on a daily basis. You want to instill the fact that it's everyone. You want to explain the why so we don't get sick, okay? And again, as I said in my previous video, answer the questions directly and honestly to your loved ones based upon their level of maturity and understanding. Because the more that they know of the why, the more that they're going to just flow with it, okay? They're going to be actually more flexible about it than we are, okay? Because they have this different set of wiring within their brain, and to be able to see it visually sets a whole different map up in the brain than if we verbally communicate it. I will tell you this, why I say this. Even though my son is verbal, he still writes everything out, okay? And schedules everything, writes down what his goals are. He writes down why we can't go out right now, similar to this story. And he's just amazing me every day. In addition to what I've told you in this video, I want to address the when question. When will we be able to go back out, right? When will things return to normal? Well, I got news for everybody. It's not going to ever be normal, okay? I'm going to do, in the next few weeks, some videos on linking this with the astrology that's out there. And if you want to look that up, you can look up Pluto and what Pluto's doing right now. This is why this is occurring in the world. It needs to be occurring. The systems are breaking down because they don't work anymore. And we need to rebuild on solid foundation. So the when will we be able to go out? I am telling my son I don't know. And I would suggest with all of you parents and caregivers of loved ones, try and do, I don't know, but I know I have a couple clients that their loved ones really go with the calendar and live by the calendar, and that's great, and this is what we want, but this poses problems when things do change, or we have something that just changes our world and our lives overnight like that without any warning, right? So what does that look like to them? When, not knowing when. We know how we feel, right? Not knowing when. I myself, I'm okay with it. I'm centered. I'm aligned to the energy. I'm flowing with it. I'm using it to be, take time to rest and be productive. So with my son, I've been saying, I don't know. My best suggestion to my clients and to you all out there is go as far out as you can. I would say go out to the end of August. That way, hopefully, by then, depending on where you are in the States or in the world, you'll be able to be out by then. Try to gauge it. I mean, where today is April 3rd to 2020, April, May, June, July, August, that's 4 months. You could put beginning of August, end of July. And you can also, what I would advise is using the word maybe. Maybe July, maybe August. Hopefully August, hopefully July, because I know that where I'm at, we are not probably going to be going out of our homes for at least another 6 to 8 weeks. Even though our stay at home is, till April 30th, they have declared, and I will say there's nothing high. I'm not hiding anything. I'm in Michigan. And last night, our governor declared end of school. Okay, kids are not going back to school. So we're all looking into how, and I'm trying to get involved with this myself, how we're going to educate our students. And I'm trying to help educate with this special needs arena. How are we going to do this, right? We can do it if we're all creative. We stay calm, stay connected to center, take the time to rest and sleep and eat well, and we'll figure it out together, because we're all in this alone together. Okay, so I wish you well. This is part 2. I'm going to be uploading some more videos based upon what my higher self guides me and my clients feel they need at this time. I ask you to please subscribe to my channel, share this video, comment. Please pass it on. My intent is to serve and assist right now in this crazy time we're all in. Be well, and I wish you all to stay safe, save lives, and stay home.